first lesson is going to be the basic chords. Now, yes, I'm using an electric guitar, but it really doesn't matter because I'm in the same exact tuning that you will be in whenever you play an acoustic guitar. The only difference between an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar is, well, you have pickups that have magnets in them, and then they translate the vibration from your string through an amplifier. That's the only difference. And then the amplifier in an acoustic guitar is the hole in the center, and the body is used like a speaker to project the vibration of the strings out that way to make a louder sound. So we're going to start off with just the G chord, and I'll show you how that works, and I'll even put a little diagram up here somewhere to where it's not covering my face with the guitar. So here we go. You're going to start off with, on the 3rd fret, with your middle finger on the heavy E string. And if you're getting the same sound I'm getting, then you're in the right place. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your index finger, and on the next string down, you're going to put it on the 2nd fret. So it should sound like. So if you have that and you're with me so far, then you're doing well. So the next 2 strings are going to be open. In other words, you're not going to have any fingers on any strings. So it's going to go. So far, for the first 4 strings, you're going to have 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, open again. Now, this next to the bottom string, I know it's like we're fitting like 5 pounds of stuff in a 2-pound bag, but you'll have to learn to flex the hand to fit. I have these big Wreck-It Ralph paws, and somehow I make it work, so I have a feeling you'll do well too. So anyway, this next string to the bottom, not the bottom, the one next to it, you want to take your ring finger and then place it on the 3rd fret. So at this point, you have 3rd, 2nd, open, open, and then the 3rd. We're getting there. You're starting to hear how it's becoming a chord. Now, the last one, you want to take your pinky finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the last string, which is your high E string. Now, here you have 3rd, 2nd, open, open again, 3rd fret, 3rd fret. And then you play it and strum it, and then you have, there you go. Now, with this, you want to focus on making the sounds actually happen when you press your strings, or excuse me, whenever you press your fingers against the string. You don't want to have, so you don't want that. You want to force your finger, the very tip. You see that line right there? You want the very tip of your finger to press down. You should almost feel it touch bone. It's weird to say, but at the end of the day, it's not the skin that's doing this. It's the bone structure of your finger at the end of the day that's making these sounds possible, because you're pressing it up against these fret bars here. So if you're getting, you're good. But at first, typically you won't have enough finger strength until you work up to it to be able to press down on all of these. So you might wind up with, which is normal, but you want to constantly, if anything, to give your fingers strength, you might want to start off with just your index finger, and then make sure that you can just make the sounds on every fret, from the 1st all the way up to the 12th fret, and then with the middle finger. And then on and so forth with the ring finger and the pinky finger. But if you're not having those kinds of issues, then we can move on to the next basic chord. Just thought I'd throw that in the middle there. So after you have G, then we're going to move on to the basic D chord. This one's a little easier. You don't have to stretch as much. With this, you're going to take this third string right here from the bottom. So you count 1, 2, 3. And on the second fret of that string, you're going to place your index finger. Just like that. The next one, you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to put it on the third fret. And then the last one, you're going to take your middle finger and put it on that bottom string right there on the second fret. So you should have second, third, second. And the cool thing about this is what you're going to do is you won't be playing all the strings when you strum. You'll be starting at this string right here, this third one from the top here, because then you have. You want to include the other strings because it turns it into a different chord. So far, let's recap here. We have the G chord, and then we have the D chord. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to the E minor. The E minor, very, very simple. You get to strum all the strings this time. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave this heavy E string open. Next thing, you're going to take your ring finger and place it on the second fret of that next string down. Okay, and then we're going to take our middle finger and place it on the second fret of the next string down. So far you have open, second, second. And here's the cool part. The rest of the strings are open. Gives it kind of a dark, sad vibe, right? Okay, so we have G, then we have D, and then we have E minor. Okay. Now this next chord, this basic chord that I'm going to give you and show you, it's hard. I'll be honest, but it's not impossible. You're going to have to place one finger on two strings on the same fret. I'll explain. So you have these first two strings are open. By the way, this is the F natural chord. So these guys are open right here. The E, the heavy E, and the heavy A, which are the two heavy strings. The next thing, you're going to take your ring finger, place it on the third fret of that next string down, so it'll be your third from the heaviest. So there we go. And then, as long as you have, you're good so far. Now, remember we have the ring finger on the third fret of the third string. Then on the fourth string, which is the next string down, you're going to take your middle finger and you're going to place it on the second fret. So then we have like that. So as long as you have, you're good. The hard part, impossible, not really, just takes practice, is you're going to take your index finger and put it on the first fret. So then we have open, third, we have open, open, third, second, first. Okay, now remember when I said we're going to cover two strings in the same fret with that same string? So what we're doing is not only do we have our index finger on the first fret of this next to the bottom string, we also have it on the bottom string. So you're going to take it and lay it and pinch really hard. Use your thumb on the back of the fretboard to really like wrench down on it. And then you have, now with the F, I was just showing you that these two are open, these two heaviest ones. Now what we're going to do is we're not going to pluck those at all. You're going to start off at the first string that you have fretted and then strum from there down. Just like that. Instead of the, see, too many extra notes. It's just these guys right here from the third string down, right? All right, so far we've covered the G, the D, the E minor. Okay, and then the kind of stinky one, the F. Okay, so far that is 1, 2, 3, 4 chords. All right, so next we're going to move on to the C chord. Fairly easy. Looks kind of like an F, only not as difficult. So we're going to have our heaviest string, our E string, open. And then the next string down, we're going to have our ring finger on the third fret. So if you have, then you're good. So open, and then the next one, third fret. The next string down, you're going to put your middle finger on the second fret. So you should have open, third, second. Now this next string down here, your third from the bottom, because you have 1, 2, 3. That third from the bottom, you're going to leave open. So you should have open, third, second, open. Oopsie. Now, what you're going to do is, because you have open, third, second, open. This next string to the bottom, not the bottom, but the next string to it, you're going to take your index finger and place it on the first fret of that string that is next to the last string. And so we have open, third, second, open, first. And then that high E string, you're going to leave it open as well. So you should have. Now, change things up a little bit. You're not going to play that lowest string this time. You're just going to play the bottom 5. So don't play. Just don't play that guy, okay? Just these guys. And then that's it. That's it. These are the basic chords that you need to play a song called Freebird by Leonard Skinner. See, you didn't know I was teaching you a song, but now you do. So we have G, D, and then E minor. And you're going to play it again because it's part of the song. And then you're going to have F, and then C, and then back to D. So pretty cool, huh? And if I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? So that's it. And almost the entire song is just those chords. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you start back over at the D. So 5 chords, 5 basic chords, and then all of those make Freebird by Leonard Skinner. Pretty neat, huh? And it's a family-friendly song. There's no bad words or anything, no violence, just about being free. So here we are, around about 15 minutes. Let me know whenever you get that part down, and then we'll start working on some other chords, basic chords, to help you shape your art as a guitarist and as a musician. Hope this was helpful. Be sure and tell your mom to send me any kind of message on whatever you might be confused about, and then I can send you another video explaining more in depth. But yeah, see you guys next time.